And this next segment, we should change the name of it to Yes, They're Nuts. But what the Democrats are morphing into is not a joke. It's highly disturbing. Texas Democratic House candidate and sex therapist Maureen Galindo is using rhetoric far more extreme than anything they accuse Republicans of. She posted on Instagram that she will turn an ICE facility into a prison for American Zionists and former ICE officers, even proposing what she called a castration processing center for pedophiles, which will probably be most of the Zionists, she wrote. Now, some Democrats claim to be outraged by her comments, but I bet a lot of them secretly agree with her. And this was Galindo's attempt at a clarification.
When I say that I want billionaire Zionists in prison, that does not mean I want Jews in internment camps. So why am I getting a whole bunch of death threats and MAGA insults?
Here to discuss, Ari Fleischer, former White House press secretary, Fox News contributor. Ari, this situation is nuts. Texas Congressman Jared Moskowitz called Galindo the first current political candidate suggesting concentration camps for American Jews. So is this just a fringe thing, or is this a bigger problem for them?
No, it's not a fringe thing. You have a candidate in Maine who is wearing a Nazi tattoo, and the Democrats are still supporting this candidate. The only reason that she is being condemned in Texas today is because there's another week left for her to lose the race. If she had said this, if the news about her saying these things came out after she secured the nomination, she's in a runoff, the race is just in a week. If she wins that nomination, I predict you, Laura, they're going to put up with her, just like they put up with a candidate in Maine with a Nazi tattoo. This is how desperate they are for winning. And there is a streak inside the Democratic Party that is virulently anti-Semitic, and we have never heard it as bad as we did in Texas with what she has said.
And she's claiming, Ari, that she cannot be anti-Semitic. It's impossible because her last serious relationship was with a Jewish man. So is that what? Yeah.
I think she's a loony, Laura. I mean, I think that's the bottom line. You know, even her attempt to clean up today. Why should billionaire Zionists be in prison? What have they done to be in prison? You know, that's the whole flaw about everything, which shows that there's the rot in her mind. I'd like to see two things happen. One is all Democrats call for her to drop out, and if she does win, call on her to drop out and say they won't support her, they'll support the Republican. Two, somebody needs to do a lengthy interview with her. I'd love to see her mind in action. How does somebody this warped think? I think we'd all benefit by seeing this type of corrosiveness be exposed. Let her explain herself. Let people see what anti-Semitism really looks like, sounds like, and remember that the Democrats, she won the runoff. I mean, she won the race, first place, to put her into the runoff. That's how the Democrats have gone today.
Yeah, this is where they are. This is where the party is, totally in the sewer. And you mentioned that Senate Democrat candidate Graham Plattner in Maine going up against Susan Collins. His story keeps getting creepier, Ari. First, there was that tattoo, Nazi tattoo you mentioned, string of vile deleted social media posts. Now, more of them are resurfacing, and where he appeared to mock a U.S. soldier almost killed in combat. I think this is going south for him. I know he was the flavor of the day and the month, but I think this is going to get worse and worse. I think we've only seen the surface of this.
Well, I hope that's right. My caution, though, is in Virginia, you had a candidate for the Attorney General win after it was exposed that he sent an email saying he wanted to kill the children of the Speaker of the Virginia Assembly, and he still won. The Democrats have a craziness problem, and sometimes it gets them over the finish line.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.